It is a cold winter day, at least for Arizona it's cold. If you're in Minnesota right now or Canada, you're probably saying, what is this guy talking about? Arizona, there's no snow on the ground. This is the desert. But for the Arizona desert, this is cold. It was 35 degrees last night, and this is the last day of 2019, and 2020 is on the horizon. So I am bundled up, wearing my coat, my scarf, my hat, because I don't like the cold. I have Goldilocks syndrome. I like things to be just right, not too hot, not too cold, but just right for the temperature. And for me, that's in the 70s. Of course, there's a 7 there. And so behind me, you can see the step van. I am at an event right now for the escapees and the escapers. I'm parked about 200 yards away from the main tent back here behind me, and most of the rigs here you'll see are these gigantic fifth wheels like this being towed by dualies like this truck right here, or Class A motorhomes like this giant motorhome that I just passed. And then they have what they call toads, which is a towed vehicle, but they use the word T-O-A-D, like a toad, like a frog, as sort of the nickname, because it's a towed vehicle that is going behind a giant Class A motorhome like this here with the big slide outs. So they have some really elaborate large rigs here at this event. And just ahead of me is the big tent where they have the entertainment. This is the big escapers and escapees trailer and stage. And then they have a tent over here, a bunch of tables and seating so they can set up and do their entertainment. I'm now inside the tent. This is the front side of the trailer here, and they have a stage that folds down in the evenings. Last night they had a live band here. They're going to have another band tonight as they count down for the New Year's. And then inside is this very, very large tent here that they could easily hold 200 or 300 people for their events and keep them out of the cold, the wind, or rain if it happens to be that kind of a condition. Okay, I need to get back inside the step van and get warm. It's just too cold outside. Let me tell you about my thoughts on New Year's resolutions and some of my plans for 2020. I am a Buddhist, I guess you would say, and a Buddhist is not really a religion per se. It's more of a mindset, a philosophy, a way of looking at life. So let me talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions, about goals, and some of my thoughts for 2020. Regarding New Year's resolutions, I guess I really don't do resolutions. I don't do goals. I do make a list of things that I'm passionate about, that I want to pursue and develop and cultivate skills or interest in, and so I'll make a list of those kinds of things. For 2020, I'm focusing on things like social connections and nurturing my relationships with people around me, and then I guess and usually I do like 3 items, and then the last one is dealing with nomadic living and the equations that are involved in there, which I'll talk a little bit more about that probably in a later video. So getting to the other point of this video, I wanted to talk about my travel plans specifically for January. Things got thrown completely in upheaval recently when Bob Wells, organizer of the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, the RTR, announced that this year there will be no camping on site at the RTR event. This year he's having it at a fairground and there's no camping allowed there. So people are going to be camping 15-20 miles away on BLM land and driving out there during the day to listen to seminars and participate in the events there. So I think that threw things off because I'm more into the camping and socializing part and not so much the seminars. Like last year I didn't go to any seminars. So there's a number of alternative camps and events that are happening at the same time. One is Schoolypalooza, one is the PAR-TR, and there's several other groups that have decided to create campsites. And I have friends at all of these different locations, so Probably I'll be out at Schoolypalooza the majority of the time, serving tea there with my friends Andy and Dorothy. They're going to be doing some health chats, so if you're out at Schoolypalooza, please look for those. I'll be serving tea and attending out there. I'll be dropping past the Partiar. Paul Barger with his step van will be out there and organizing the step van row. A bunch of step vans camped together, so I'll be out there probably for 1, maybe 2 days, hanging out with the step vans there. But I'm not so much into the partying things, so I won't be there for the full duration. And I'll be dropping past a few other events that I've been invited to while I'm in the area. So anyway, I'll be wandering around the courtside area, traveling between events, and perhaps I'll get to see you at Schoolypalooza and you can join me for tea there. It is New Year's Eve. The sun is just about to set and it's absolutely gorgeous here in Arizona. We actually had a sunny blue sky day and the weather warmed up quite a bit. But as the sun is setting, the temperatures are dropping. Let me show you this spectacular sunset New Year's Eve here in Arizona. I don't know if this particular lens is going to do justice to this incredible sunset, but it is just golden and gorgeous. Well, it's New Year's Eve. Off in the distance, you can probably hear a little bit of the DJ music. I'm going to head over there. I'm going to close out this episode and close out 2019 with a little bit of a montage, show you inside the tent with the DJ and all the celebration going on. I'll have to substitute in some other dance music just because of, obviously, I don't want to get a strike for copyright infringement. So anyway, thank you so much for being with me on my channel in 2019, and I hope you have a wonderful 2020. Savor the moment, and I'll see you in a future episode.